I still think this will be the match of the night.
No. Do you think
I think they definitely can with these two people, with John Cena and Dom Mysterio. If it was John Cena and AJ Styles, no, probably not. Not in War Games. But with Dom, I think they could. I think this could be the final match. Because this will be the biggest pops you probably see for both people.
Welcome to the Yeah We Know podcast, part of the Morginos Podcasting Network. You're in the ring with Jimmy, Rod, and Chris. And let me tell you, gentlemen, we have War Games. Can't wait for War Games tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun here in about an hour. We thought we'd just jump on and talk a little bit about it. We did have a big SmackDown yesterday, though, and we have to talk about the surprise LA Knight opponent. It's who it was, is who we thought it was, The Miz and LA Knight, but LA Knight did get the win. Chris, I know we are very happy about it.
Leave it to The Miz to find a way to get into a single elimination tournament twice.
Yeah, hey, not a bad idea, Rod. Hey, he does what he can, right?
Yeah, I wonder if is Miz gonna get in trouble? Are there gonna be an investigation into him illegally putting himself back into the tournament? Are we gonna find out whose name he did take out? You know what I mean? I kind of wonder if we're gonna take it any further there, because we need something to do with the Miz, I suppose, because he continues to be employed, and I imagine employed at a pretty decent number considering his length of time with the company. So, listen, I go back and forth with Miz. Sometimes I'm like, cool, Miz is involved. Other times I'm like, man. That was one of those times where I was like, man, I'm not so sure that was a great match wrestled by our guy Miz there.
Yeah, the Miz, let me tell you, he's fine for what he is, but he shouldn't be someone, Chris, who is in the main event scene.
No, like what we're looking at essentially, right? Gunther, right? We think Gunther's coming out of that side, and then I guess
it's Gunther and Solo, and then it is now Jey Uso and LA Knight. Yeah.
I don't think Jay should have won that match, for one, that he had against Rusev. I would have much rather seen LA Knight and Rusev go. We've seen Jey Uso enough. He has enough feuds out there. We don't need to see Jay with John Cena in that final match. I know I'm a homer. I'm going to push my boy. LA Knight's done nothing but jump through hoops for Nick Aldis, who can't seem to know how to run things. So I just want to see LA Knight get through and then take on John Cena and get the bump and get into the main event status that he needs to be in.
Rod, I love Chris is mad at Nick Aldis like he's the one actually making these matches.
Yeah, I was like, man, Nick Aldis is just sitting there enjoying life with Mickey James, you know what I mean? And Chris has got to take shots at him here at Survivor Series War Games, you know what I mean? Like, what's the deal there? It's certainly, we know that these decisions come down from on high, right? We've seen Pierce many times, right? He has to take a phone call, you know what I mean? He's like, let me go make a phone call, you know what I mean? Even Pierce doesn't make us think that he's the one making these decisions. So, Chris, come on. Leave Nick Aldis' name out of it. He's got nothing to do with it.
No. If you're running a tournament and you're grabbing balls out of a bucket, why in the world would you have somebody who he's just dumb and ignorant? Because how in the world else would you not think there shouldn't be another Miz ball in there since he already lost? Like, yeah, gotta take some crap on this. All this is your making. This is your screw up. You need to. Otherwise, we're going to need a new GM. There's a reason why we have general managers of these shows, Rod, and it's to make these matches official and book it. And he obviously can't or doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe it's ignorant. I don't know.
Jimmy, clearly we're wasting a little bit of time here before we get into the meat of this preview. So I gotta just address one last thing here between Chris and I before we move on. All right, Chris, that is an absolute slap in the face to WWE pomp and circumstance for you to call the rig that they were spinning that was gold and had all of these balls in it a bucket. That is an absolute slap in the face to the WWE prop department and creative in their ability to create things that look wonderful on TV. For you to just refer to that as a bucket, Chris, man, shout out to the prop guys. Sorry that you guys had to take a shot from Chris here on Thanksgiving weekend.
It's a tumbler, really. No, Chris, nothing. Just gonna sit there and take it. You're not gonna fight. The one time you can actually fight with Rod, you're not gonna fight with Rod. So like you said, we have So it looks like we're heading for a Gunther versus LA Knight, hopefully, final match here. And obviously, we know what this podcast wants to see. We want to see LA Knight go ahead, but Gunther and Cena looks like it's where they're going to go with that. Chelsea Green getting some. Oh, sorry, Rod. Real quick, big news from Go ahead.
I was going to say, but Jimmy, what do you think that accomplishes for us, right? If you're going to tell me that that's where we land, and I would tend to agree with you, you have a better mind for these things a little bit further into the future than I do. What do you think that does for us? Does that cement Gunther into another level somehow? Like what are we hoping to accomplish here?
It's tough because he's already there. He's already at that level. People already think he's that good. He would have retired Bill Goldberg and John Cena. So that is actually pretty big. And of course, there's somebody else who retired somebody that's also a very big star that might need a WrestleMania match. So we could see a Lesnar and Gunther, the battle of whatever you want to call them, the battle of the beast at Mania.
Okay, I like that. You've made a good case there.
Maybe we need to make Gunther the new legend killer, because Randy Orton obviously isn't.
Well, yeah, Randy Orton's a legend himself now, so what's he going to do? RKO himself. And with that, Charlotte Flair beat. Oh, go ahead. I'm trying to get to your girl, Rod. Trying to get to your girl.
All I was going to point out is that Chris now's taking random shots at Randy Orton and Nick Aldis as we're trying to get ready for a Survivor Series War Games pre-show. That's all I wanted to point out, Jimmy. Of course, I'd love to talk about Charlotte Flair.
So once again, Asuka cannot beat Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair gets the win and the advantage for the good guys at War Games, which, gentlemen, is never a good thing. Chris, what's going to happen with that advantage?
I still think they win. Like, I'm still rooting for them. I'm not going to root for this other group of misfits either, right? Because I think that's what we have. Two groups of misfits. Give me Io, Rhea, Charlotte. Give me them.
Rod, I'm not going to lie. I think she's turning again.
I would hope so. Right? I would hope so. With this match, to me, needs some sizzle. We need something here. You know, like Nia Jax and Lash Legend, not it. Congratulations, Lash Legend. Your engagement, good for you over the Thanksgiving holiday. You know, proud we are for all of them. But this match has no sizzle, right? Like, I'm not as invested in Asuka as you two are. Definitely not invested in the Kabuki Warriors, even though they keep continuing to try to make us think that we should care about the fact that they're the Kabuki Warriors. No. And I don't know. Becky kind of really is taking up a lot of space right now as Queen heel here, Jimmy. And my thought leading into this is, what are we doing with Becky Lynch, right? Because we finally got the full WrestleMania women's version preview like we have with the men, right? And what they're seeming to be doing is sitting down to a table for a dinner, like a housewives kinds of thing, right? And what they seem to be intimating in that is, who can you trust? So what are we setting up for Becky Lynch coming out of this match? Interests me more than my girl Charlotte turning, because I agree with you. She probably is turning. That's the obvious move here. They've led us down this path. But what if, since they led us down the path, they don't? That's what I find more interesting.
Yeah, it would be something interesting to see if it in fact isn't Charlotte that does the turn and it's someone else. There's got to be something that happens with that, because whenever the good guys have the advantage in a War Games, it doesn't bode well for the good guy team. Speaking of War Games, hey, it's going to start here in about 45 minutes or so, and we have Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella starting us off. We all picked Stephanie Vaquer to win. I expect this to be a pretty decent match. I'm a little nervous. Nikki Bella, she's been wrestling more lately, Rod, which is good, getting more reps in there. But Vaquer is so good. I think she's going to be able to carry the match.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how much time we are giving to trying to advance the stardom of Stephanie Vaquer on a big-time Survivor Series pay-per-view, football stadium. Cena's on the card, Lesnar's on the card, Reigns is on the card, Cody's on the card, CM Punk, right? All of these guys are going to need screen time. How much are we going to give to what we're trying to build with Stephanie Vaquer? I find that incredibly interesting. I, like you, believe Nikki Bella probably has it in her. We've knocked off a little bit of the rust, so I'm up for a good match here, but this could easily be the worst one of the night, right? Our floor is low on this, but we could get a high ceiling, but the ceiling's not high either. We're kind of somewhere in the middle with this match.
I think the floor is high, is what you're saying. Because it could
don't
be the
tell
worst
me what
match,
I'm
and it
saying.
could still be pretty good.
Don't tell me what I'm saying, Jimmy. I'll decide what I'm saying on the podcast, all right? But yes,
someone who can tell us both what we're saying, because he's been around for everything. Chris, what do you think?
I'm with you. I haven't seen a bad match of Stephanie Vaquer's yet, right? We know she can wrestle her ass off. So I think whatever shortcomings Nikki brings into the ring, I think Stephanie can overcome that and still make it a decent match. We're probably getting 15 minutes, probably. of actual in-ring
work?
maybe
yeah,
10.
So that's a good question. We have 4 matches. War Games matches just give 45 minutes to both of those, hour and a half right there at least, right? Cena and Mysterio from bell to bell, well, not even from entrance to exit, could be like 3 hours. I think that Cena and Mysterio is probably going to be about a half hour total, that with wrestling and entrances and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I would like to see 15 to 20, but I'm not really sure what we're going to get there, Chris.
We probably not get a whole 3 hours for the PLE either.
Yeah, they do like to kind of end them as quickly as they can, Rod, which, I mean, it's fine, but I think 3 hours is fine, don't you?
If I'm ESPN, I'm less worried about the entire runtime of this pay-per-view and more worried about what do I get as content in this pay-per-view. Okay, do I get any sizzle? Do I get any big moments? Do I get anything that's going to send seismic waves through the WWE storylines and the WWE universe that happens on my new unlimited streaming platform that still is within its infancy? This is only the 3rd time we've had a PLE on there. I think ESPN really wants something to happen here, and we've got a boatload of huge stars involved in both War Games matches. So I am rife with anticipation, Jimmy. I think something big is going to happen here. I don't know if it's going to be in the women's match or the men's match, but something's going to happen where all 3 of us are going to be saying by the end of this, do we want to go live? That was huge. We're going to be asking ourselves if we want to go live after this pay-per-view, I hope, Jimmy. And I bet ESPN hopes it too.
This is my first ESPN foray into the PLE, so I'm excited about that. YouTube TV finally got their stuff together with ESPN. I know, Chris, you're still VPNing it. Thanks, Stephanie McMahon.
Yep. VPN had to change their servers a few times this week, but
But you got it taken care of. All right, John Cena. So I think it's interesting, too. The match order will be very interesting. The men's match is first. Nothing special's happening in the men's match, I'll tell you, and something big's happening in the women's. I don't think that's the case. Why don't you guys talk here real quick? Let's do John Cena, Mysterio.
Cena?
What do you guys think's going to happen?
I was going to say, Chris, where do we put Cena on his retirement tour here, right? Because we've got a lot of factors at play. John Cena's the big card, right? John Cena's the guy that moves the needle right now. John Cena's the guy that attracts people who aren't wrestling fans. So clearly we're trying to advertise him on this pay-per-view. But Dom Mysterio's a guy that's hot in wrestling circles, right? We all love him. True wrestling fans love him. He's going to be live in San Diego. We've seen big entrances out of Dom before. Where do you think they can put the War Games match? Or, I mean, where do you think they can put this match and not anger people? Do you think this Intercontinental Championship match could be the main event, Chris?
Yeah, I think this will be the match of the night, if you ask me.
No,
I still think this will be the match of the night.
No. Do you?
I think they definitely can with these 2 people, with John Cena and Dom Mysterio. If it was John Cena and AJ Styles, no, probably not. Not in War Games. But with Dom, I think they could. I think this could be the final match. I think they would be fine doing it that way, because this will be the biggest pops you probably see for both people. I think you'll get a whole bunch of nefarious, weird homages to Eddie Guerrero and whatnot from Dom and John alike, because he's been doing that with everything as well. So I'm excited. I think this is the best thing for the retirement tour that they've done with John Cena since he stopped being a heel and lost the belt to Cody. I think this is the best thing since then. I think they should probably keep the belt on John before, so they can have that as part of this tournament, even though I still think Dom will win. I'm still picking Dom to win.
Yeah, Rod, I tell you, I think this is gonna blow the roof off the place. 2 of the biggest stars in the company. Mysterio is both the biggest heel and the biggest babyface at the same time. I know we all picked. I think we all picked Mysterio to win for sure. I'm interested. Sorry, gentlemen, I'm playing hurt today, but that's okay. I'm interested to see how they're going to get Dominic Mysterio the win. I think it's going to be nefarious. I think we might have El Grande Americano coming out. Might have headbutt situation. That bell again, the ring keeper's bell. I don't think John Cena and Gunther or John Cena and LA Knight or John Cena and Jey Uso need the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think they need that for the final match. That's why I think Mysterio is going to win.
I think that's good of you to point it out that way,
Also,
Jimmy. That
go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was going to say just the way that this tournament has shaken out to me has now said Cena is definitely not going to have the belt. Chris, I agree with you that him having the belt for his final match would be something cool. You know what I mean? Somebody retires Cena and becomes Intercontinental Champion. That's a pop that somebody's going to get. But I think, like Jimmy just said, with our final four at this point, we don't need to put the Intercontinental Championship on Gunther. We haven't really done anything with him since he's won the Intercontinental Championship other than winning the Heavyweight Championship. So we're just going to step him back down immediately. You know, Jey Uso, we're going to step back down immediately, right? LA Knight, we're trying to get him up to the big time. This almost seems like a step down for him too. So I think we're getting it off of Dom, and I think we're getting it off of Dom with Grande Americano and his two little friends. I think we're going to have the whole Grande family is going to be out there. And I think, Jimmy, we're going to have a Deke situation. I think the boys from Judgment Day are going to come out, and they're going to turn their backs on Dom. And Dom's going to look all, oh my God, perplexed. Things are going to go horribly for Dom. But then the Grande family comes out in the end and saves him. That's what I think is going to happen.
I love the Grande family. I'm also interested what this match order is going to be. But before we get to the main, it's a geeky thing, and that's fine. I like that kind of geeky stuff. But Stephanie Vaquera and Nikki Bella could be the bathroom break match, and it doesn't deserve it. It could be a very tired match, too, because if we start off with the War Games, then go directly to John Cena and Mysterio, then go to Nikki, people are going to be exhausted. If we start off with the War Games, then we go to Stephanie, people are going to be exhausted with that, too. So I'm interested to see where they're going to put all these. You do not want to follow John Cena and Mysterio. I know that, though. Chris?
Right, I wouldn't, and I still think that's why you could see that as being the final match of the night. I think we see women's War Games, Stephanie Vaquer, men's War Games, Cena Mysterio.
Rod, I would be shocked if Cena Mysterio was the last match, although it is in San Diego. Chris could be right.
I think if we have something planned with Dom where he's going to come out in a lowrider or, you know what I mean, like he's got some sort of big thing is going to happen, then I think there's a better chance that it comes off as the main event. I, like you, Jimmy, don't think the WWE wants to live in a world where the Intercontinental Championship is the main event. I just don't think they do, whether it's John Cena and Dom Mysterio or not. I just don't think they want to live in a world where we say to Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, you know, we like all those guys like, hey, no, you guys aren't the main event. John Cena and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. That's the main event. I don't think we're going to live in that world. So I, like you, Jimmy, would be surprised by that. But it's a tough break for Nikki and Stephanie, no matter where they draw then, since John and Dom can't be four.
I am shocked right now that Rod went through and named all these big stars for the men's War Games, but didn't name his supposedly favorite huge superstar in Roman Reigns and listing out people. Wow. See, Rod, even he's going lower on your list, isn't he?
Well, he's not a champion right now, so, and he's literally wearing a Roman Reigns hoodie, so there's that. We have the Women's War Games, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch. Let's see, Rod and I picked the bad guys. Chris, you still think the good guys are going to win, even with Rhea Ripley, or excuse me, even with Charlotte Flair getting the win on SmackDown?
Yep, I'm staying with them. I'm not sure. We know that Rhea has something planned. She's trying to finagle some favors from Damian Priest. Who knows what that entails, right? So maybe it's Rhea that's going to turn on Io and everybody instead of Charlotte. I think Charlotte needs to stick to her tag team division and get those belts back.
Rhea turning heel would be interesting, wouldn't it, Rod?
Yeah, but also I love that Chris just pointed that out there because that to me was like, that's rough. That's like Damian Priest. Hey, we want you guys to care about Damian Priest. Remember, Rhea Ripley likes Damian Priest and like they're friends. You guys should still care about Damian Priest. Like that was almost a rough spot for Damian Priest there that like he just has to have Rhea Ripley say, hey, I want to talk to you about something for us to be like, oh, Damian Priest, I forgot you were on the roster. So yeah, I think Jimmy, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I don't know that we could see something huge happen from the Women's War Games match if it's first. And unfortunately, I think the Women's War Games match is going to be first. So my hope that we're going to be clear on the women's picture coming out of this match is starting to dim.
You know, I do like, though, if you look at this match, it's pretty star-studded. I mean, it really has a lot of the really good wrestlers in it. Io Sky is going to do something that's just stupid and is going to make everyone have that moment for sure. You have Lash Legend coming up, who's kind of the up-and-comer, which is good to get her involved in this. But look at that all-star cast. I mean, that's pretty solid. So hopefully we'll have a good match up there.
Didn't we see Io Sky in one of these matches before where she just put a trash can on her and jumped into a group of women, right? We know something crazy is going to happen.
Oh yeah, Io's been known to do those things. And then we have, finally, before we get out of here, we have the men's war game match. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Roman Reigns versus The Vision, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. The only thing we know for sure is Brock Lesnar will be the last person in for his team. Rod.
And do we know for sure that when you say The Vision, it includes Logan Paul? Like, I am with you, but do we know that that's a 100%?
He's in there.
But I feel like they still say him separately, and then they say The Vision, right?
But he's in there.
I would tend to agree with you, and I think that we're going to see something out of him.
It's right? Whoever's with Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Okay. But the way that you just shouted out Io Sky there, something crazy in the match, we're going to see Logan Paul do something here, right? Like, we're going to see Logan Paul do something cool in the War Games match. I think we're definitely seeing Brock Lesnar come out, like, near the end, and I think we're probably seeing Roman Reigns come out near the end as well, right? Because Roman basically gets to write his ticket, so I don't necessarily know that he's going to be signing up for, give me a 45-minute War Games match. I don't know that Roman's signing up for that either, so look for Cody and Jey Uso to be the workhorses of this match, to just be out there, because CM Punk, we can't afford to have him out there for that long because he's the champ now, and we can't have our champ getting another injury and giving away the belt. So we gotta be handling him with kid gloves as well.
That's why Jimmy Uso is going to be number one. He's going to go in there first.
Oh, for sure.
So,
and Jay,
you know, I think we're all kind of lukewarm on the pay-per-view. I think it's going to be good. I just don't know if we're going to get that huge moment that we're looking for. But overall, I mean, these matches are going to be solid. It's going to be a fun 2.5, 3 hours, Chris.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. Listen, there's always the excitement when it comes around to these war games. We are all expecting something big. I am hoping that we all want to, like Rod said, get on afterwards and go live again and be like, holy shit, look at what happened.
Well, if we see you again tonight, that means something holy shit has happened. With that, you've been listening to the Yeah We Know Podcast War Games Preview on the More You Knows Podcasting Network.
Acknowledge him.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Roman. Goodbye, Net. Yeah.
Old school.
We miss you, LA Knight.